Cosmodrome, a rusting monument to the collapse.
Hey, what is up guys? It is Soul Leader LG here, and I have got a nice little video for you guys showing you my rewards for the last week. And I'm going to go ahead and throw myself into a dance here. I'm going to change this around a little bit. You see this right here? This is the sniper rifle that you can get from the King's Fall raid, and look at that reticle. Good God, that reticle is fucking beautiful. A lot of people are like, oh, well, it's got to be the aesthetics that can make a weapon. Well, this weapon definitely has the aesthetics, and it's got the range and the damage, and just that beautiful sound of the weapon chambering another round as soon as it's fired. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous design. I love it. It's a lot better than, you know, the Crota's End gear, considering the fact that it was just old gear with scabs on it. Let's go ahead and actually inspect it. As you can see here, it's different from a standard sniper rifle as far as this game goes. It's a short barrel sniper rifle, and it's got this, what I guess would be a hive bayonet, but it's not really everything it's cracked up to be. I need more relic iron or else this thing would be fully upgraded right now. But it's got Firefly, which is great. It's actually over the 300 light mark, which is the standard high for all gear that's not raid gear. It's got some other perks. It's got lightweight, injection mold, hand-loaded, and cocoon. Cocoon is a raid-specific perk that allows your weapons to automatically refill the magazine from your reserves when it's stowed for a short amount of time. It's also got Will of Light. This weapon deals bonus damage against taken enemies, and of course Infuse, where you can infuse it with a stronger weapon to make it even better. Of course, it's going to be hard to find a weapon that's got over 303 attack, except for maybe from the heroic raid for King's Fall. Now we're going to back out, and you can tell I got a new exotic helmet on, and it's a sexy beast. Let's take a look at it. We got the Emberian Bellicose. It's got a really sleek design. I'm a big fan of where they went with the exotics this year, except for the Tychonaut, which is the other Titan exotic helmet for year 2. And I really like the way that it's got that little mouth guard right here, and you know, it's got, you know, you can see the gears working on the inside, and it's got that nice little point in the back. It's a really sleek looking helmet, and I'm a big fan of it. The other one, I think I put it in my, actually no, I may have dismantled it, but anyways, these are all the nice little things. This is the Ghost, the Kingslayer shell. This is also a raid exclusive shell, and for some reason it doesn't pop up here when I want to show you guys exactly, you know, what I'm working with. And so I'll back out and I'll show you. This is the new Ghost shell for the raid. It is basically what Taken look like, except it's on your Ghost shell. And I think it's interesting to have new Ghost shells that are out there, especially this one. This isn't, it's a reskin. They just threw on the Taken skin over it, but it's a beautiful little piece of work right there. God, that's a nice little Ghost shell. This is going to be one of your first rewards from the Taken King raid, from the Fallen King, King's Fall, whatever. And you'll probably get this out of either your first chest or from the chest with the War Priest. God, that's a nice Ghost shell. But we're gonna go back and we're gonna look at some more of the shit that I got. I got the Year 2 Black Suros Regime. Good God, that is a sexy piece of fucking work. Yes, it's a reskin, but the biggest part about it is the light attack. For anyone that's playing right now and is actually playing the Taken King, you realize that getting your light level up is the most important thing outside. Even your level is not that important compared to actually getting your, you know, gear and getting your light level up. And I am 6 below the current max that you can get without having full raid gear. For normal raid gear, your max light's going to be like 300, 301, 303. And I think that the Taken King's heroic mode, the suggested is 310, so that's going to be a little bit difficult for people to get. But you see here I got the Scales of Io, which is a tier 3 reward for completing a tier 3 Court of Oryx, which is a lot harder than it sounds. And right here we have the beginning parts to the exotic sword, my soul edge, my fire sword. And I'm really a big fan of this. It's interesting to have a sword as a heavy. You know, I have no ammo, so there's no blade. It is literally just a scabbard, unless you have ammo for it. So let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and pop a heavy synth. And there it is. There is our sword. Now, the arc sword, of course, is going to have electricity crackling around it. And the void sword is going to have a, kind of like a void, bubbly substance going on around it. I mean, it's nice aesthetics. However, the exotic is going to be a lot better. These are basically what a lot of people are calling just lightsabers, and it's kind of hard to disagree. Outside of that, I got a brand new Hawk Moon, which isn't really anything super spectacular out of an exotic engram. As you can see, it's got a little bit of a different aesthetic to it. Instead of it's a bit darker as far as the trim goes. Everything's a little bit darker, and all the perks are exactly the same. The magazine is 2 rounds smaller, which you have a better chance of getting your holding aces and your luck in the chamber. Which means that this is going to give you 3 bullets out of 11 instead of 13, which is going to give you double damage. Which means, of course, this thing is still a monster in PvP, and it's probably a pretty damn good weapon to have in PvE as well. Of course, I haven't really used it at all, obviously. And then you get all this other shit that you can get out of engrams. Yeah, this is pretty sad. A blue piece of equipment is stronger than a Vanguard legendary piece of... Actually, this is Crucible, but they're all the same light level. Everything you get from Vanguard is going to be level 280. Actually, I got this out of an engram, and it's 282, but this is a blue that I picked up randomly, and it has 294. And it's pretty sad to really think about. And then we got the Sunbreaker class. The Sunbreaker class is probably the most fun that I've ever had using a class, just because... Flaming Hammer, dude. And actually, I got my super up. So for anyone that hasn't touched the Taken King yet, it's game time. I'm not even trying to hit these guys. I just want to throw this shit for fun. Yeah, I knew you were there, bitch. But yeah, it is a awesome subclass. Just for the little perks you can get out of it. You've got, as soon as you get the class, which you have to do a class-specific mission for, and it can only be you in there, it's a solo mission, you'll get the first line of everything right here. So you'll get your super, your melee, and your jump all immediately unlocked. You don't have to start from, you know, absolutely nothing and work your way up. But you'll get some cool stuff along the way. Let's go ahead and take a look at the perks of the super. You got Forge Master, Sun Charge, which is a shoulder charge that you can use 6-7 times in a row without having to run or have anything like that. This one, it creates a, I'm just going to call it a solar grenade, where the hammer lands, which I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm more of a fan of this. Throw more hammers, and hammers cause bigger explosions. This is an awesome perk, especially for PvP. If you're going to be doing something like Control or something like that, or any type of capture the flag objective like Rift or something like that, this is going to be a great a great perk for you to have, especially when you mix it with Flame Seeker. The hammer is going to track your fucking enemies. It's going to make them fucking pay. All those fuckers that are sitting around with a shotgun and you know where they're sitting there, just toss this in their general direction and it's going to track their ass. And there is nothing more satisfying than killing a shotgun fucking camper with a giant flaming hammer of fucking pain. And here you got explosive fire, enemies explode, blah, no one gives a fuck. Fleet fire, and enemies killed by your fire grant you bonus agility and reload speed. No one really cares about that. Simmering flames, super is full. Your grenades are gonna charge faster. That's really helpful in some of the PvE content. PvP, not so much, not all the time. Depends on the mode you're playing. But for PvE, it's really helpful, especially when you have a choke point for enemies that you're trying to pick a whole bunch off of. Cauterize, enemies brought down by your fire regenerate health. I could see where that'd be helpful, but it's not really me. Firekeeper, while standing in a sunspot, you gain an overshield and Hammer of Soul lasts longer. So, this could also be very helpful, but I'm going to stick with Simmering Flames. This is probably going to be my go-to PvP, because when you get a melee kill, you can get Stoke the Forge, or Thermal Vent. Sunstrike releases a solar explosion on hit, kills create a sunspot that damages enemies inside. So basically, you can create a sunspot, get an overshield, and have an extra hammer. Or a couple extra hammers. I average about 6-7 hammers when I don't have that equipped. So that being said, you got all this other stuff. Standard jumps for Titans. No blink yet, sorry. And fusion grenade and incendiary grenade, and then you got this, the thermite grenade. This is the most useful one. I've not stopped using this since I've unlocked it. I didn't really use any type of other grenade since then. I haven't used incendiary and I haven't used fusion because I've played with both of those, and I want to use the new shit because I didn't buy the Taken King to play the old shit. I bought it to play the new shit. And that is my general overview. These are all my perks and all my good shit all my goodies that I've gotten since the Taken King has dropped, and a little bit of an overview of the new Titan subclass, and a little bit of me ranting and rambling and making no fucking sense whatsoever. So if you stuck around to the end of the episode, good for you. You deserve a pat on the back, and I would personally like to shake your hand. If you didn't stick around to the end of the video, I don't care. You can drink fucking bleach. I don't really give a fuck. I'm not saying I hate you for not sitting through my video, but what? Oh, public event. But I'm just saying, I'm not saying to say it, but I'm just saying because I'm saying. But anyways, guys, that is the second video that I promised I would get out to you guys. Once again, I haven't really had a lot of time to get a lot of videos out. And once again, I do have to apologize for that, just because of the simple fact that I've been trying a lot more to get more videos out to you, because I feel that you guys deserve it, and I've been slacking on it heavily, and I do apologize. So, but guys, actually, let me put this on. I want to see what we're dealing with here. Oh god, it's so fucking satisfying. Oh man, I love you, Hawkmoon. I'm sorry for all the shit I ever talked about you. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for now. I'll see you guys in the next video. And until next time, as always, stay frosty, Guardians. Peace.